Hello and welcome to the Spectrum Shorts episode 5. Paul is the best for UK here. We start off in Blackpool for this episode and we are talking about the Spectrum Plus 2A, more commonly known as the Plus 2B. Similar design to the grey model featured in the last video, this is the least compatible Spectrum, sharing design with the Plus 3, which I will cover sometime in the future. The computer now has a built-in RAM disk called the M drive, which you can temporarily save data to. The menu is changed again and it's pretty much the same as the Plus 3 menu. It even says Plus 3 Basic. Additionally, there is a test system now, and to invoke this you hold down the brake and press reset to get the colour vertical bars, and then subsequently hold down the letters Q, A, Z, P, L and M all simultaneously. This test had various tests such as RAM tests, ROM tests, sound tests, a full keyboard test, although you had to test the keys from left to right. If one key has failed, you couldn't test the rest of the keyboard after that. There was even a ULA test. You will notice there is a disk test which isn't present of course, but it proves the black Plus 2 model shares same ROM as the Plus 3. Back when the computers were popular there were two main flavours. There was the James Bond 2 Action Pack, which had some James Bond licensed games, and then there was also the ZX Spectrum Plus 2 Action Pack, which I actually had myself back on Christmas Day 1982. This contained a port of Operation Wolf, but was usable by a light gun, which was kinda cool, and a port, well a game version of the TV hit show at the time, Bullseye. Again, the CPU was the Z80A running at 3.5 MHz. The ROM was 64K in all, and it had 128 kilobytes of random access memory or RAM. Sound was again 3-channel based and was provided by Yamaha AY38192. There was RGB, RS232 and MIDI ports. It carried over the SJS ports from the Grey Plus 2. Gone was the heatsink from the Grey Plus 2 however. Most Spectrum Plus 2A / Plus 2B computers had a sort of step-based motherboard. The computer was slightly modified on the tape socket so you couldn't plug in an external tape recorder. They more than likely did this to try and force you to get the data recorder serviced repaired by an authorised service centre, but I'm only guessing at that. The Spectrum Plus 2A was a great little machine. Some people don't like it because of the compatibility issues with certain games. One notable game was a game called Incredible Shrinking Fireman. Midnight Resistance was an awesome 128K port of the arcade machine. Pang was also an arcade port, very good on the 128K machines. Fing was quite a strange game on the ZX Spectrum. A few of my friends sent me some pictures to show at the end of this series. Here they are.